Hello everyone and welcome to the YouTube channel of Publer. My name is Yorgo and today we will be taking a look together at the newest social media network that has joined Publer, and that is Mastodon. In this video, we're going to be taking a look together at what Mastodon is, how it works, why you need it for your business, how you can connect it with Publer, and schedule posts to it through Publer. We're also going to take a look at some of the other main features, such as creating the posts, previewing them, creating threads, replies, and also tracking the analytics for your posts through Publer. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Now, what is Mastodon? Mastodon is a decentralized and open source social network. It resembles Twitter, so in some ways it does look similar to Twitter. However, the fact that it is decentralized and open source makes it very different from all the other social networks, including Twitter. So for anyone who misses the old Twitter, the chronological timelines, no ads, and purely content made for you, then Mastodon can feel like the right place for you. So a little bit more about Mastodon. As I mentioned, it is decentralized, which means it's not just a one entity like all the other social networks, but it's actually made of a few communities or a few servers. And all these servers can interoperate with each other. And of course, you can create an account in each server you want to. Each server has their own rules and of course policy. So you need to make sure that every time you join a server, you follow by the rules and the policy of that server. We're going to discover more about this later when we take a look at how servers work in Mastodon. Moreover, since it is open source, it is maintained by volunteers specifically, and of course, it is free to use for anyone. The main thing about Mastodon are the servers. Some people also call them instances or communities, and a server is, in simple words, a community. Now, servers are basically communities where you need to create an account. In order to start using Mastodon, you first need to choose the community that you want to join or the server that you want to join. Of course, you can join numerous servers. And once you have decided which server or servers you would like to join, you can create an account in one of those servers. So before we jump into that and start creating an account together, let's also explore why a business might need Mastodon. Mastodon is actually very important for your business. Why is that? That's because Mastodon can easily be leveraged for your own business needs. Now, it's important for every business to be present in all social media channels, of course, especially a big one like Mastodon. But specifically, the reason why this helps your business is because you can focus on sharing your content to a very specific target group. That's why communities and servers help you in Mastodon. You can start by creating an official account for your brand or your company and share any updates with your audience. Now, if you want to succeed in Mastodon, you need to keep a community-focused mindset. So that is the main rule. Without further ado, let's take a look at the Mastodon servers. If we go to the Mastodon servers page, this is where you're going to be able to find all of the servers for Mastodon. Now, as I mentioned, each server is unique and has their own set of rules. You can choose any of the servers that you would like based on which one fits more to your community, your audience, or who you're trying to appeal to. Once you understand where you want to create an account, you simply go to that server, click on create account, and you will be able to set up your account using your email address and your other details. Once you have verified your email address, you will be redirected to Mastodon. So we're going to go there right now and see what it looks like. And this is what my feed looks like on Mastodon. As you can see, there's a few actions that you can take on Mastodon. You can reply to a post. You can also boost it, which is basically like retweeting it. You can favorite the post, which is the equivalent of likes, and you can also save the post or bookmark it. Now, you want to make sure that you are very well aware of your Mastodon server and its rules. So to do that, make sure to go to the About section here at the bottom left corner, click on About, and read through the About section with detail. Some servers have very unique rules, which sometimes even have restrictions about automated posts. So you want to make sure that you read through those before you start automating your posts. Moreover, you also need to read the server rules so that you follow the community guidelines of Mastodon for this specific server. Now that we've explored Mastodon, we're here back at Publer and see how we can connect Mastodon to Publer. As you know, first you go to social accounts from the navigation bar, scroll down to Mastodon and click on connect. I'm going to choose Mastodon and make sure you add the Mastodon server here. So mastodon.social. This is the name of the server. I confirm that I've read the server's policy and click on continue. As soon as you do that, you will be redirected to Mastodon. Make sure you authorize Publer so it has the necessary access, and then click on connect. There we go, the account was successfully connected. Now that we have connected Mastodon to Publer, let's take a quick look at the social account settings for Mastodon. You can change the name and profile picture of Mastodon simply by going to the social account settings. You can reauthorize the account, sync info, which will sync all the information of the account, like the name, the profile picture. Moreover, syncing posts happens automatically, but of course you can choose to do this manually on your end as well. Here you will also be able to see any members that you have assigned to the social account. And the other settings refer to being able to duplicate these settings to another social account, moving this to another workspace, this account, and then deleting the post or deleting the account. The posting schedule on Publer is what will help you to create time slots so that you can then use them to auto-schedule or recycle your Mastodon posts. So this is a way for you to create specific time slots when you want your post to be automatically scheduled or recycled. To create a time slot, simply click on create a time slot, choose when you would like to create this time slot. Let's say we want to create it at 5 p.m. for all the days except Wednesday, weekday posts. You can add a label, select a color for this label, and then click on create. And as you can see, there's all the time slots for the 4 days that we created. In the future, you will be able to use these time slots if you're auto-scheduling or recycling your posts. Watermarks are a way for you to add a logo to your media through Publer. A lot of businesses try to protect their artwork, and the best way to do that is by creating a watermark and applying it to photos or videos. To create a watermark, simply click on create watermark, choose the logo that you want to use, for example, the Publer logo, add a name to it, and make the last changes like choose how big you want it to be, where you want it to be, position, and the opacity. You can also choose to make this a default watermark so that it is applied automatically to every photo or video that you create for the social network. Signatures, they're like outros that are added at the bottom of the post. So let's say something like blog CT8, and this can be something that leads your customers to your website or to your blog, for example. Make sure to check out our latest blog post at blog.publer.io. You can also choose to add this as a default signature so that it is automatically added at the end of each post. On the other hand, you can also choose to shorten your links in Publer for Mastodon using any of the shorteners that we support, and track your posts using UTM parameters. And lastly, shortcodes, which can be anything. It can be a group of hashtags, it can be business info, it can be any information that you want to have in a specific keyword. Let's say the keyword is hashtags. And here, let's say you have some specific Mastodon hashtags, like, for example, this can be some of the specific keywords or hashtags that you use for your Mastodon account. You can also choose to apply shortcodes at any time to your posts. Now let's take a look at how we can create and schedule posts for Mastodon. The process is very simple. First, make sure you go to the create page or to the calendar page so you can start creating your posts. Then make sure you find your Mastodon account. Here it is. Once you select your Mastodon account, you will be able to start composing a Mastodon post, or a toot as it's called on Mastodon. So let's use the AI assist for that. We can ask to do something like write an introductory post for Mastodon or Publer as social management software. And the Publer AI assist can help you with generating content for any of your social media channels. It can also help you with translating content, with replying to your comments. So it's basically like your little social media assistant. Now let's add this to post. I'm going to do that. I'm going to format the text here a little. Okay, as you can see, I have changed the text a little bit. I added an emojis, another hashtag, and changed the content as well. So the AI assist is wonderful for when you want some help, want any ideas for your posts on social media. So now that I have the post ready, I can also preview it in real time at the right-hand side, as you can see here. If I click on the desktop view, it's also going to show me a preview for the desktop. If you see that the post looks right, then you can just schedule it after that. To schedule the post, simply go here and choose one of the scheduling methods like schedule, auto schedule, recycle, or to recur the post. You can also save the post as a draft or publish it right away. I'm going to choose to schedule the post for a time in the future. Let's say I want this to be scheduled tomorrow at 10 a.m. Wonderful. Now let's take a look at how we can also create other posts with media and even threads through Publer. So if you want the caption of the post to be more than 500 characters, then we recommend that you create threads in Publer. Similarly to the post that we created earlier, you can also preview this in real time. Okay, now that we have the main part of our post ready, let's see how we can turn this into a thread. So to do that, I'm going to click here on the follow-up comments at the bottom of the post where it says make a thread. If you hover over that, you can toggle on the option to create a thread, and this is where you will be able to upload more media or add more text. Again, let's generate some new text with the AI assist. So I'm actually going to ask the AI assist to come up with a post for me, and then I'm going to use that content and then separate it into other threads or other replies for this post. Now, you know that, as I mentioned, the limit is 500 characters per post. So every post in the thread or every reply cannot be more than 500 characters long. However, that's why threads come in handy. You can create up to 25 replies or 25 posts in the thread. So that gives you a lot of space to create content and share your thoughts to Mastodon. All right, so now that the content is ready, as you can see, the AI assist is still coming up with some content. I'm going to click on add to post. And as you can see, Publer is going to let you know once the post has exceeded the character limitations. So in that case, what I'm going to do is only keep part of the post that is going to be within the character limitations. And then I'm going to add another reply. And this is where I can add the rest of the text. Again, I'm going to remove the part that is exceeding the limitations so that I can add that to another reply, and so on. And here we are at the end. So we were able to create a thread with a few replies, and each of the replies, of course, doesn't exceed the character limitations. The main post consists of a few introductory images as well. And when you click on save, you will be able to see this thread previewed in real time at the right-hand side. There we go. And you can also preview it for desktop by clicking on the desktop icon here and scroll down to see what this will look like when it is shared in Mastodon. So this is a great way for you to use all the public features together to create a thread that will be relevant to your community. Let's take a look at some of the other post options and things you can use to help you with creating posts for Mastodon. Firstly, if you are creating this post for other social accounts as well, let's say Twitter, you can select both, and after that you can click on the customize post, so you can actually choose what changes you want to make for the Twitter post and what changes you want to make for the Mastodon post. For example, let's suppose that you don't want to add any of these images to Twitter and you want to say, of course, hello Twitter community, and make it more specific to Twitter. This is why the customize button comes in handy, because it helps you to customize the post for each social network. Let's go back to our Mastodon post and let's take a look at some of the other post options. Locations are unfortunately not supported, as the API of Mastodon does not support it. However, if you want to, you can add other options to your posts, such as watermarks from the media options. You can add signatures, the little outros can be added at the end of the post. Follow-up comments, which are the parts that help you create the thread or the replies that we just took a look at. You can choose to auto-share this post, which means that this post will be automatically shared to another social network. For example, if you want this post to be automatically shared to Facebook, you simply need to select that. You can choose to share it after a delay, say after an hour from the time the post is shared in Mastodon, and you can write something like, check out our first post in Mastodon. Click on save. You can also choose to automatically delete the post. Sometimes you have certain campaigns which you don't want running for long, so instead of worrying about when this campaign should end, you can just choose to delete it after a specific amount of time. And lastly, you can also choose to add a delay between accounts. This option is available whenever you have selected a few social accounts like Facebook and Mastodon, and you can choose to add a delay between each of the posts. So it will be shared, let's say, with an hour difference between Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to unselect Facebook and again, just go back to Mastodon. And now that the post is ready, we again can schedule it for Mastodon properly. So to schedule the post, I simply need to click on schedule, choose the time and date that I want this post to be scheduled on, and click on schedule. All right. And lastly, you can also schedule boosts from within Publer. So to do that, you simply need the link of the post that is shared on Mastodon. I have the link here. You can copy and paste that link in the composer here in Publer. And as soon as you do, Publer will process it and you will be able to share this as a boost post for Mastodon. As you can see, it says Publer boosted and it's boosting the following post. And that's once you copy and paste the link, that's all you need to do. And this post will be shared. So this post will be boosted. But of course, if you add some text to it, let's say like a call to action, then this post will simply be shared as a link. As you can see, it's only shared as a link here. It shows the call button and the link. In order to share this post as a boost, simply remove all text and leave it blank. There we go. You're ready to also schedule this boost through Publer. Let's choose to schedule this on the 15th of October. And that's it. We were able to take a look at all the different post types, from regular posts to threads to boosts, and how you can schedule them through Publer. Now, lastly, let's also take a look at the analytics for Mastodon in Publer. The analytics can be found at the navigation bar at the left side. So if I click on analytics, I will be able to first view an aggregate view of analytics that shows me the metrics for all social accounts in Publer. If you want to see the metrics for a specific social account, you simply need to select that social account from the left side, and you will be able to see the analytics for the specific time period that you choose. Let's say I want to take a look at this month. You're able to see the number of followers that you have for your Mastodon account and the post engagement and how the engagement has been with all of the posts that you have shared so far. But the most important thing is, of course, the best times to post. Now, the best times to post is a feature that's unique to Publer. Publer will analyze all of your posts, how they have performed, the reach, and every other little detail. And based on that, it will create a graph with the best times to post. These tell you when your posts have performed the best based on all of the previous metrics that we've mentioned. And you can use these times to create a post. You can also use them to create a posting schedule so that in the future you can auto schedule and recycle your posts for that specific time slot. And lastly, you will also be able to take a look at the individual insights for each of the posts that you have shared to Mastodon. You can rank the posts by the published date here. You can also rank them by engagement. So if I want to see the posts that have the best engagement so far, I can use that filter. And from here, you can open the post to see what the post was. You can leave a note to this post and tag one of your teammates to ask them to recycle this post or reuse this post for a campaign. You can also reuse it yourself by clicking on the reuse button. And lastly, you can take a look at how this post looks on Mastodon by clicking on the eye icon here. Well, that's a wrap on Mastodon. Thank you for joining me on this video. We were able to take a look together at all of the main features that Publer supports for Mastodon. I hope this video was helpful. And if so, please let us know in the comments below. And also let us know what we should cover next on the channel. Thank you again for joining me today. Goodbye.